In 14-5, we're going to be planning and recording adjustments for depreciation. So our instructions say to calculate the depreciation expense for a computer printer costing $1,600. The estimated salvage value is $100 and the useful life is 5 years. So they give us some information or some work spots down here at the bottom of the Aplia problem to figure out this adjustment for this depreciation. So here's our work area. So our original cost, and this is problem number 1, instruction number 1, was $1,600. The estimated salvage value they gave us in the instructions was $100. So we're going to subtract that and we're going to be left with $1,500 is our total depreciation expense. And they said it was 5 years is the estimated useful life. So it shows here 1,500 divided by 5 is going to leave us with $300 for our annual depreciation expense. So what we are showing is if we were going to record this, then we would record $300 each year for our depreciation expense for this printer in instruction number 1. Instruction number 2 says to calculate the book value of the computer printer at the end of its 2nd year of service. So right here it says the original cost they gave us in the instructions was the $1,600. Year 1, remember it's $300 annual depreciation. Annual means yearly, so year 1 depreciation is $300. Year 2 depreciation is $300. And we add those together, 300 plus 300 would be 600. And then our book value then, we had the original cost of $1,600. At the end of year 2 we have $600 in depreciation, so our book value, we subtract 1,600 minus 600 is 1,000. And that's how we calculate our book value. Instruction number 3 says on December 31st, Coastal Aquatics determined the total depreciation expense for office equipment to be $6,120 and for store equipment $5,060. Plan the worksheet adjustments. So this instruction number 3 has nothing to do with 1 and 2. We were just calculating the book value and so forth for this printer. Instruction 3 is on Aplia on the worksheet provided. So unlike we've done the other adjustments, we have to check first in our trial balance. When it comes to depreciation, we use whatever amount is given in the instructions for the depreciation. So let's just take one at a time. Our office equipment is the $6,120. So we're going to come back up here to our Coastal Aquatics worksheet. We have our trial balance. We have all of our previous adjustments that we've already made up here. So now we are going to worry about the office equipment. So they said it was $6,120. So the first thing we have to do is scroll down to our expense area, and we have an account called depreciation expense office equipment. And remember, the column 1 is debit, column 2 is credit. So we have to plug in our $6,120 for the depreciation in the depreciation expense for the office equipment, and then we go up to accumulated depreciation office equipment, and this is going to be our credit. So that's the $6,120 we plug in here. The other one was for store equipment, and that's the $50.60. So we do the same thing with our store equipment. We go down here to the depreciation expense store equipment. We plug in the number, whatever the number that was that they gave us. We don't have to do any subtracting when it comes to the depreciation amounts. And we go up here to our accumulated depreciation store equipment into the credit side and plug that number in as well, $50.60. And I believe that is it for our instructions, and it is. So go ahead and continue or finish up the 14-5 work together, and then go ahead and do the on your own for 14-5.